Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am a little bit in a rush today. Going out for a friend's dinner tonight. So I need to quickly sort out my face. So I was thinking that same time I'm giving myself a challenge that if I am in a rush, can I still do a video? If you guys see this video, it means yeah, I've done it. Just want to share with you guys a quick makeup that looks natural, effective, mainly more about define your face structures rather than pile up with the colors. So if you're interested, then keep on watching. Let me just wet my puff. Before that, just let's use the puff to drain a little bit extra face oil. Well, I'm using a new face cream at the moment. Not the La Mer one, I'm still using the La Mer one for the evening, but during the daytime I'm testing out something else. But I think, yeah, it costs too much face oil. So, right, start with primer, as the face cream is a little bit too much on the face, so I'm not going to use another layer of primer on top of that. I'm just going to grab any setting spray instead. If you use setting spray as a primer, just make sure it does dry up properly. Make sure it sealed your face properly before you pile up with foundation. If it's still a little bit wet, then you pile up with foundation and it can cause cakiness afterwards. So, what at least happened to me before. That's what I've learned. Foundation, I'm going to use Makeup Forever Ultra HD. This one I haven't, the big bottle, I haven't used for a while is because the shade was slightly too dark for me, but recently I find it actually works better in a way I explain. Besides, my skin actually got even lighter, although it's not that even when you look at my face. I still got acne and stuff, but overall my face has been lifted. Why I put on my hand? I have the foundation, that little metal plate, but it's the habit. It's the habit. Anyway, what I find is when you use a foundation that's slightly darker than your skin, it's kind of slightly easier to define the structure of your face, because when it is too white or one shade lighter than your own skin, when you try to lighten up the central of your face, it is harder. But when you use the similar shade as your own skin, or use slightly like half shade or maximum one shade darker than your own skin, it's easier to correcting the central of your face. If you guys see this side, it still looks okay because I put a very sheer layer, but if you look at this side, when it's slightly built up, you can tell it's slightly like half shade darker than my own skin tone. If it got too dark again, today is just so, is it better? I think it's better. Today is just so cloudy. Then what I do is I pump out just a little bit of the foundation again, and then to add a little bit of concealer. For me, is any concealer would do. The liquid concealer would be better, but I'm just going to use JX Professional one. All you do is just smudge it out. I'm going to mix. Ooh! It's hard to be multitasking. I used to be very good at multitasking at work, but hey. So all I do is just get the concealer out, then use the same finger, mix with the foundation. It looks a little bit messy, but that's why I shouldn't use my hand, isn't it? And then just gently pat to the area that I have acne spot marks. And this way works better for, how to say, not for the individual spots. It works better when you have the whole area that needs to conceal. This way works better. Individually, you still need to use concealer. You leave it, let it dry a little bit, then gently press it. This way will make the concealer's color melt in with your foundation, therefore make the area looks more natural. Now you guys can see it still sees a little bit, you know, when the little bomb that has a point that you do need to cover individually, but the whole area will melt in better. This works better, especially if you have like freckles or the whole area a little bit dark, uneven skin tone. This way will be better. But to be honest, for freckles, I wouldn't be, bothered. It's another beauty. A lot of people make fake freckles. My mom is bothered with her freckles. I was just like, well, I never bothered with mine, although I don't have too much. Okay, come to define the structure, as the foundation itself is more matches my own skin tone, or like half shade darker. Therefore, the sideways is already kind of like natural shading color. At least it's not brightened out, and then you use a contour to darken it in. At least those steps will be easier to achieve. Then I use a highlight cream and matte highlighting powder to do that. Right, can you guys see? Compared to this, to here, right? Then I'm highlighting this area. When you choose the highlight cream, matte highlighting cream, you got to be careful that to make sure it doesn't emphasize your pores, as the function of the product is to brighten up the area, so same time you don't want it to emphasize your pores. Timid, this one wouldn't. You already can see, if you look straight at my face, you already can see this side is more darkened compared to the middle side, and I haven't used any contour yet. When I tilt my face, you already see like natural shading like that, especially towards here. Because I brighten up here, in comparison, visually you will already feel here is slightly shaded. Then use the powder to set the face. FLORASIS, this is in Impression of Dye collection. It is my number 1. If you are oily skin, go for number 3. But I'm combined oily and does get a little bit dry up during the winter time. Oh, by the way, if you got too much powder out, all you do is to fold it, squeeze, then the other way around, squeeze, and then all I do is just get it even out. Start from here, press, 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 press. FLORASIS, this powder is because it has like self skin reflection. You only will see that beauty when you're facing some lighting. By the way, if you look at mirror, you may still arguing to say, oh, this is kind of like semi-matte finish, but you will see that beauty when you're facing the light. Okay, now I would do my eyebrows before setting the face is because I find that when I do setting sprays too much, my brow area very easy to get cake up. So let's do deep brow first. I got a little bit weird recently with brows. You know, I used to just follow the shape, as some of you probably know that I tattooed my brow like 10 years ago. It's pretty much faded out, but I used to just follow my own eyebrow shape. But recently I'm just not happy with the eyebrow shape, and then I let it grow a little bit. Can you guys see? It looks a little bit weird now, but I try to reshape my eyebrow. Yeah, not really, hasn't been successful, that put that way. I think what I am trying to do is to get my eyebrows slightly wider and slightly thicker rather than a little bit thin before. But I don't know why, when I do that, I can't get to the best shape I prefer. Is this okay? Looks fine from the camera, but it looks from the mirror is a little bit awkward, as you know, I don't have too much hair here, but when I use just eyebrow pencil, it doesn't stay that long. Just use a little bit powder. That's it. Otherwise it will go worse. So let's set the face. When you do the last setting, make sure you choose the one you prefer that has good locking function. Next is eyes. I am going to use Giorgio Armani's liquid eyeshadow. This appeared in, I think, in one of my favorites last year. One of my favorites. All you do is pat this onto your eyelid. Don't worry about it, it's not even. Brush, you can sort it. And this one doesn't dry too quick, because some liquid eyeshadow you will find that dries too quickly, therefore very difficult to smudge it out, but this one wouldn't. This is all I do. It's just like a window wiper. To continue doing this, make sure it gets even and cover the area that you need. That's it. See the difference? When you're in a rush, this is a very good thing. My color 23. That's one eye down. Well, no, not completely, but we're nearly there. If you feel like, for example, like I feel this side, I need a little bit of color, all you need to do is just use the brush like that and pat a little bit more color on. Just to grab any eyeshadows like earthy color or any transition colors that you prefer. What I do is I just grab this Too Faced. This is the bronzer, but I really like this lighter color. It is like, it has, how to say, it's like a very, very nice base color. I'm not sure whether you guys can really see over here. It has a little bit fine, light, subtle sheen color. So I use this color just to swipe over on the eyelid. A is to set the liquid eyeshadow, although it does melt into powder, but just to make it last longer as well. But the B, same time, is not fully matte, to give a little bit sheen. You see, it doesn't change the original color. Why I recommend this too is because the pigmentation is really good. When you're in a rush, you know, you don't have time to really blending everything into the details. You need something quickly swipe on, doesn't make a mistake, off we go. And that's something those two can do. But you don't have to use this one, okay? You use any eyeshadow based color, works with this. Now we put eyeliner on first. Use a liquid eyeliner to wing out first, then we're going to add a little bit color for the out corner. Then grab any eyeshadow palette you have in hand that has like a dark brown color. I use just this Dior one. It's next to me, so I use it. Then we pat this color very closely on top of the wing. Don't worry about patting this color on top of the liquid eyeliner. It will actually help it set and last longer. And I add this color just over the eyeliner, like that. Same color for the under eye. I'm quite happy just as it is now, but if you like to put a little bit of things as a bling in the middle of the eyes, you can do. For example, you can just use, I'm just gonna dip a little bit the Dior's one, just a tiny bit. For the electronic color, while it's heating up, it doesn't take a long time to heat up, but in the meantime I just use a random any color to curl my eyes first. Apply some base product, then I use the electronic color. While you're doing this, have a sip of tea. To be honest, today is because I'm trying to videoing at the same time. If I don't talk, I can finish all this in about 15-20 minutes max. Have I done it before? Yes! Before, while I need to go to work, you know, the morning time. I used to do this type of simple makeup on daily basis. Then have another layer of mascara. Mascara makes so much difference. I am so jealous with my colleagues, my friends back in UK that they have beautiful lashes themselves. That all they do just put the mascara on. I think they don't need a curler. A beautiful lashes can really emphasize your eyes. Can make your eye shape so nice. Then for the blush and the contour, I am going to just grab the most natural one, the contour, VA's one. As we already have like a natural shading, therefore the contour, which is very simple, easy. I just put a couple of swipes on, already coming out. Because we light up here, in comparison, straight away sees the color difference. So again, this way to save your time on build up your contour color, especially if you have same face shape as I am, that you do need to really, you know, define your face shape. This way would be quicker. Now I just use the same brush, dip it into the Behave, NARS Behave. I find that when you use the same brush for contour and the blush, it actually helps the color melt in better, because it's kind of like naturally mix two of them in. Sometimes if I do blush first, then I just use the blush brush to do my contour. I think my channel will become something like, you know, makeup suitable for lazy people like me. When you face like this, you pretty much don't need to choose a lip color as most of the lip colors would go. You can go for anything bright, you can go for anything pink, yellow, not yellow. You can go for anything pink, bright orange, plum color, or brown color, or pretty much anything would be fine with today's look. As I'm going for dinner tonight, to be honest, for dinner, I personally would go for two type of lipsticks. One is cream lipsticks that's easy to be removed, especially if you don't want to eat your lipstick. So I would choose something easy to be removed just by tissue. Alternatively, if you do go for example, a conference dinner or fine dining, or like a, you know, black and tie dinner, you need your lip to remain the shape and the color, then I would go for some liquid lipstick that has strong stain on it. Therefore, once you had your dinner, you still have the color on. I wouldn't choose something in between. It's because once it starts fading when you're having your meal, it can look awkward and looks weird. So it's better to go for either way. So today I think I'm just going to go for the MAC. I think this is still new, fairly new, cream lipstick. 543. 543, yeah, 543. I personally prefer 544, but I can't find it, and I'm in a rush, so I'm just going to do this one. In comparison, 543, it is more brown. It has more brown base, but the 544 would be more energetic. It has more towards, it has more pinkness in there. When you use cream-based lip colors for dinner, try not to overdraw your lip too much, because can you imagine that once you wipe it off when you have your dinner, all the edges will look ugly. Yeah, and that would be look weird. So I would just stay within your lip line. Hope you liked today's video. If you have any tips to share in terms of your best practice on your makeup, please do leave your comments down below. And don't forget to click the like button. Besides, most importantly, to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and I will see you on my next video.